67th time.
Wires are switched around. Let's see what we got.
Well, just got the wiring more or less sorted. Just trying kind of to do a first start. Just got all the fuel leaks taken care of and stuff like that.
But you tried it before?
Yeah, and I was getting a crank no start.
You got fire. You look to me like your timing is off.
That's hence the sensor.
Hence, oh, your crank sensor?
Or a sensor. I mean, I got like flames out of the exhaust.
Yeah.
So now it's timed, you know, back differently than it was before.
Cletus and those guys had to switch something on their
yeah, cam sensor.
cam sensor.
Sometimes they're bad on these, apparently. I'm gonna look up a pinout everywhere.
Yeah, I think from what I could understand, it made them like 180 out on the firing.
Mm-hmm.
Which it could be on this, because it looks like the injectors are popping and the plugs are popping if we got fire.
Yeah, I didn't know if the plugs were before or not, but evidently
It looks like we have something going on.
There's something going on. I just don't know if it's intermittent when it should be full time or what.
Looks like there's an awful lot of fuel in them headers, though. Do we have an injector running through?
Well, I mean, it's been the key's been cycled. You
know, okay.
Like 10 times trying to figure this out. So, I'm gonna just do.
I mean, nothing popped, but.
I'm just gonna go ahead and look up cam sensor wiring.
So this is where we're at on the old 56 Chevy. You can see the frame's been freshened up. Firewall's been freshened up. Everything's tucked away nice and tight. Oh, that'll be kind of hidden when the fenders are on. But obviously we won't leave blue heater hoses on it. But we got to do something about heater hoses anyway so they don't get cooked. So we got to figure something out there. Catch cans are plumbed into the valley down there. And I don't know. All this we had powder coated. This is the black textured stuff. Well, I guess it's all done in textured here, right?
Yeah, just the throttle body.
We got the throttle body done in the shiny.
And then all the brackets also.
Yeah, your cold side is done in shiny too, isn't it?
It's done in satin. It's done in this textured.
It's done in textured?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All my piping's done like that. The turbo covers are done like that. And then we have like a burnt bronze for the
turbo
for the
hot housing.
Side.
Yeah. That's gonna look pretty sharp when she's all done. So now we're just trying to do that first fire up. But I think we got a little figuring to do. But I've seen this game play out before, so I think we got to switch some pins around. Maybe we can make it make noise.
Okay, I'm just looking.
We also might have a bad crank sensor. We're not sure.
Yeah. So I'm looking up diagrams here. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm supposed to have. Okay. So now I don't know if, but this is kind of a shit view because I guess this is a connector side view.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of have to guess that it's connector side view.
But I don't know why everybody has to keep switching around. There must be some crank sensors that are different than others or some darn thing.
If that's the case, sensor ground would be B, which is right. So, to me, okay, A would be 5 volts, so it should be correct. A, B, and C, so that would be a connector view, which is really misleading. Really, really, really misleading.
Yeah, which end of the connector, right?
But, you know, like, you're looking at this, you're like, this is this.
Yeah.
But then it's showing me my A, B, and C pin locations are opposite.
Well, then that would tell you that, wouldn't it?
Well, except it says A, B, and...
One's looking at it from the top, one's looking at it from the bottom, though.
Well, no, I'm looking at it like this and this. It should be the same.
Oh, I mean, is it not possible that they're showing it to you like this?
I mean, from the back of the connector?
Yeah.
That would be, I feel, a little strange.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I guess let's go ahead. Let's check and see if we got, you know, 5 volts. And, you know.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get supper before we get in trouble, and then we'll come back out and look at it.
Yeah. We We got her all oil primed and everything before. That was one thing actually I do need to set up on the computer. I want to do a little log and just see what we got for oil pressure cranking and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, let's come out and look at it after.
Yep.
You got all your power off?
Keys off.
Good. We're back at this bad boy trying to figure this out. It sure acts like it's out of time. I think we're going to have to swap those 2 wires around. But he's just trying to verify the wiring up to the coils.
Make sure this is correct. Yeah. So that's,
You know, if this had a carburetor and a distributor, we'd have it running by now.
If it was a carburetor and distributor, it's going to make 700 less horsepower.
Not with the right kind of carburetor. So we'll have to make sure, because we could screw this up and not have the right firing order like that. Or,
I mean, pretty well all that can be wrong on it is it's reversed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we could probably just fully reverse those.
Like I say, I keep seeing those guys swapping those around, so.
Yeah.
I'm half thinking cam sensor.
Let's try it. I
Just
mean,
from what I've seen. Yeah, driving them little pins in is fun.
No, it's not because I did some earlier today, but. I'm hedging bets. My bets are. Oh, we better. My bets are.
I plugged that in.
Did you plug the other one in tight?
No. I thought you just said this one loose. Let me.
My thoughts are I don't see this one.
Okay. Looks like you're right.
Yeah, see, I'm not getting any pulse at my sensor yet, but it did show.
It just fired, sort of.
It just showed a red crank sensor error, though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really am thinking that they pooched that deal.
The crank sensor, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
You mean the standard Motor Products crank sensor let us down? Not sure why you'd be seeing a RPM signal though, unless we. Do you see an RPM signal now?
I can crank it with the cam sensor unplugged, and I'll let you know. But I believe it shows.
I just was wondering if it showed it since we swapped them. I'm wondering if it's getting its RPM signal off the cam sensor or the crank sensor. I guess.
We'll just leave this one unplugged when we restart it.
Yeah.
Tell us the deal.
Looks like a fail so far.
Looks to me like tomorrow morning that guy's gonna
Get a crank sensor.
sensor.
I did a little research.
Turns out I am a moron.
I asked him about this. He said, "Yeah, I know they're on the right side. I just checked it. They're not on the right side."
I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Because you see, this is not a Ford, even though it looks like one. The odd cylinders are on this side.
I really have no clue what the fuck happened there.
I have a clue what happened. You put the wrong plug in the wrong place.
That I know. I just don't know why. Man, this is.
Are you glad you tucked all it in so nice and pretty?
Yeah, I am. I'm happy about it for sure. Dude.
We'll come back to this when we get this sorted out. Quick, Ty. What are even numbers and what are odd numbers?
I know 7 is a prime number. Probably.
Is it an odd or an even?
I don't know that answer though.
Apparently not. He just tried to hand me the driver's side harness connected to the even harness again. I mean, maybe I don't blame him as hard as it is to plug in, but
It wasn't because I was stupid. It was because
you're lazy.
I want to do this. Oh, where's Jason?
Let's build an LS and a Tri-5. It'll be fun.
Jason and his small hands.
Get your mother out here.
Dude. This is retarded. It might be worth taking the intake off.
We'll have to get her off of HD TV for a minute.
Oh! Asian hands for a second would be awesome. Oh my god. 67th time.
Wires are switched around. Let's see what we got. Got oil pressure and everything?
I have to set it up in my thing. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So we don't know.
I mean, it's all no. I just don't have it on the screen. It probably doesn't have oil pressure yet. It's an LS.
Why don't we check that?
You know how janky these pieces of shit? Okay, can I actually rant? I'm gonna rant on LSs. Fucking idiots.
You put LSs in everything.
Excuse the French. No. These morons make an oil system you cannot prime. And they make a shitty oil pump that will not pick frickin' oil up off the bottom of the pan without being primed. So what do you have to do? Okay, here's what you have to do, kids. It's super fun. First, you grab a 3/8 hose. Second, you pull this dumb little plug out and you screw a 3/8 hose in there like it's a something. And then you put a little funnel on top and you backfeed a quart of oil through that in the next 40 to 45 minutes. So your oil pump picks the oil up off the bottom of the pan. Mint. I mean...
Sounds like you need to
I need...
put a fitting on a grease gun and let her rip tater chip.
That is exactly what I need to do. I need to make a 1/4-inch pipe fitting that I can just...
Yeah.
A quart of oil.
You gotta keep messing with these things. You should do something.
Yeah. A lot of guys have like an air compressed one and like all this fancy... I mean, to me, like say, a grease gun, tube of oil... Or like even a transfer pump.
Yeah. Just shove it in there.
I think with pressure it's fine. It's because you have to backfill the filter. It's because the way that works is this oil galley runs down the side of the block to the filter. So you've got to backfill the filter and backfill the other tube that goes back to the front to the oil pump and the pickup.
Yeah.
So like you're filling the filter plus you're backfilling back through the block plus back down to the pump. So it takes quite a bit of oil. And it's really slow because the filter's a restriction.
We used to have a grease gun that was made for oil for the old John Deere bulldozer to set the lag tension.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it had like a hydraulic cylinder, you know, that held the front idler. And I would push that thing out with that, not my old bulldozer, you remember, but that old 1010.
The yellow one?
Yeah, the yellow one, yeah. That thing, it would... It had that, it looked like a hydraulic piston. You just put 80-90 in that grease gun and it had a special fitting on the end.
And you just hydraulically tensioned it.
Yeah, you hydraulically tensioned it.
Huh. That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah. If we still had that old grease gun, it would be gold on this thing.
So
for LSs.
It didn't puke out of those fittings I put in to block the oil, so.
That may be good, may be bad.
Okay, so we're gonna set some stuff up on my computer.
Sounds all right. Sounds like the timing's a little lazy, but...
Yeah, it's idles at like 15 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
So. would agree.
Yep. Anyway.
Cool deal, man.
Not a bad little first startup.
I mean, I think it's pretty, like, twist the ignition stick since running kind of deal, too. I mean, I need some tuning.
Ain't bad, though.
But, like, yeah.
For, you know, no tuning. That's just...
Like, the wizard tune and, like...
Yeah, that's just the wizard tune.
No air fuel monitor hooked up at all.
So. Yeah, no. No, we don't have a oxygen sensor on it or anything.
That's, anyway.
Where are you putting the oxygen sensor? Pre-turbo or post-turbo?
Turbo, probably down in the system a ways.
Okay.
I just want to wait till I get my down pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I have it kind of routed out to here. Or I might move it behind the motor, too. But I'm probably going to come at least here or maybe actually down under the car.
We need to get those inner fenders painted and we can...
Yeah. Yeah, get the turbo kit hung.
Get the turbo kit hung. Get some water in it and that sort of thing.
We need to...
Get the inner fenders on it, though. We could stick the hood on it and at least be able to move it out of here.
Yeah. I didn't know if we had a couple nice days, I might move it out just to paint the inners and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we moved that Chevy 2 body out now. And...
Kind of, at this point, I need to go get backing plates off rear end.
Yep.
If I prep backing plates, I need to just put that rear in there, measure, and see if I've got a drive shaft that's going to work or not.
Yeah. I got to move this Chevy 2 body out, though. We can start painting parts. I got to start painting the small parts for this thing. And
yeah, if we could have a window where we could...
I got to paint the coronet trunk and all that stuff, so this bad boy's got to go.
Bottom of the coronet hood, too?
Bottom of the coronet hood, yeah. I got the hood, trunk lid, all the stuff for this, fenders.
This thing's looking pretty Hollywood.
Yeah, this can go outside.
What's up with the world's longest quarter panels?
That's for the coronet, which I only got to cut just a little piece off. I got.
They're gargantuan. They're made out of, like...
You can't buy a decent.
I mean, they're made out of soda cans, but like,
yeah, they're not. I mean,
It's not a.
They're a skin.
Yeah, it's not an original thickness.
No
skin.
I mean, the good panels are
probably
$700, and these are cheap. Actually, they just cost me more for trucking than the damn things are worth. Oh, they're like, I don't know, 160, 170, something like that. Oh, shit. But I got this lower panel was going to take me quite a lot of work. Quite a few compound bends in there. If I was trying to make that, it would take me forever.
Actually, the bending work and stuff looks pretty nice in this.
Yeah, it looks all right. This is really thick, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they figure you're just going to cut that.
Yeah, I'll trim that to what I want. And the trunk floor, so.
Yeah.
We'll get that bad boy.
The trunk floor actually looks really sturdy.
Yeah, the trunk floor is well done.
Pretty rugged. I mean,
and I got the trunk floor braces too, so
yeah,
we'll be good. Yeah, I'll start on metal work on that thing this coming week.
It's pretty. It's coming along this rig.
Yeah.
We got to the back.
This bad boy is pretty freaking sharp though. I'm just all.
It's looking better. The more it sits too, the more that paint.
Yeah, lays down. Yeah.
Like it's a harder shine.
Well, I'm not gonna mess with it until everything's together, and then I'll buff it. I won't do no buffing.
It's like dry.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, like you can.
Yeah, touch it.
Yeah.
Look at the haunted dog we got out.
Oh, you took the haunted dog out?
Well, it's not out. I mean, it's there. It's still there to scare people, but I mean.
Yeah. You chase John around with it?
I mean, I threatened to.
We should light that thing up. We should stick it in his car and fix it so it lights up when he turns the key on. Put it on his dash.
Dude would pass out. I told him we should bring it home to the kids. Who are like, here, kids, I brought a new toy home to you. We should honestly get that thing out of there. We should get it wired up so it works, and we should go like put it on.
You should put that in Miles' car.
Oh man, he'd freak too. We should go put it on John's porch or something and wire it up to like a timer so it turns on at night, and he's like, "What the hell's out there?"
Put a micro switch on his door so
and
he
then
opens
he's like,
it lights up. You know. Yeah, no, this bad boy's coming, but we finally got our windows working and stuff, and I think we got some adjustments to do on this.
Definitely do. Because that nylon's gone out of the front, so.
Yeah. Well, there's stoppers on that and stuff you can set.
Not real sure what's going on there yet. But.
Well, there's a stopper in there that has to be set for that, actually. And probably that, I don't know about this, but.
Yeah, the vent window height.
Maybe. We had to take all this apart. This was all jacked in here. Yeah, the window wouldn't go up and down.
Like stiff.
Yeah, so that was. All the windows were seized. Every window was seized in this car when it came. They all roll up and down now, but they didn't. Even these back bad boys, I guess the cranks are gone.
Yeah, They were all working the other day, and
yeah,
that's
this
awesome.
well, actually is working good now. It just needs to be a little bit lined up. Then that'll be fixed. Start cracking on bodywork or metalwork.
Bodywork after metal.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do a whole lot of bodywork on this. This is going to be just a preservation. We're not going overboard on this one.
As David Freiberger would say, don't get it right, just get it running.
That's what we're doing.
I mean, it's going to be nice and presentable.
It will. It'll be very...
Definitely we have some metal work around this back window.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed to see that, but I'm not totally shocked.
A little further into it than I guess we wanted to, but
yeah,
like you say, not surprised.
No.
I mean, that's kind of one of the parts.
No, I mean, I'm not getting fancy on this one. What I am going to do, I've got to do some spot painting here and there. And I think I'm just going to put like a bit of a semi-gloss clear over the whole thing when I'm done, just sort of blend everything in.
Yeah, we tried the semi-gloss clear on my firewall too, and it kind of...
Yeah, we kind of dulled.
This kind of comes to the sheen we want for that car. It looks shinier on camera, honestly, I suppose.
Yeah, you can see, though, that it's not like a gloss.
It's not super gloss.
You compare it to the Chevy, too. It's not.
Yeah, no.
So this'll work. All right, I'm done for the night.
Well, you've taught me that I don't know even from odd. I don't know drivers from passengers. I think today was...
No, you had the driver's harness on the right side or the left side, albeit, but...
Today was not my day.
You just you knew drivers from passenger harness. You just didn't know odd from even cylinder.
Now, see, I just woke up and chose the struggle bus.
Because here's the backstory. How many times did you try to, even after I pointed it out, did you try to replug?
Oh, it was insane. I'm like, yeah. So, and then I grabbed the harness and I go to plug it in. He's like, no. And I'm like, well, yeah, you handed me this harness. He's like, just stop. Just no. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, okay, plug the corresponding harness in here and then do it.
He was plain determined to plug the driver's side into the even cylinder port.
My small brain was just not doing it.
So we do know how that happened today, but
we do. So now I guess I have to relume this part of the wiring.
Yeah.
It's technically fine, but whatever.
Anyway,
you know, I mean, you'll get that.
Small things.
I mean, at least it runs. Running is way more of a win than anything.
It's running enough for right now. And get some water in it and get some oxygen sensors on it and all the good stuff. At least you know everything's up and going. We got oil pressure.
Yeah.
So
she idles at 50 pounds. So I mean,
I
suppose that's good.
It works.
Usually LS's idle lower.
Didn't you put the...
I put 1540 in it.
What pump did you put in this?
I have a melling, like a high performance melling with the smallest spring.
Oh, okay. That same pump we put on Scott's?
Yeah, just with the smallest spring.
Oh, well, you need the small spring on those things. They make 150 pounds of oil pressure if you don't.
Yeah. The thing with the 1540 too is like my truck makes less oil pressure with higher, thicker viscosity oil. I think
because the pickup doesn't.
Either because the pickup doesn't work or because it opens the bypass. But I think it's the pickup is. I think the pickup is so inefficient, which is kind of an issue.
I mean,
to have. Like that makes more.
You got a 2-foot long pickup tube.
That makes more pressure with 530 than anything else. Like
interesting.
So this has 1540 and idles at 50 pounds. I figure summer driving and turbo, you know, the oil's gonna get hot. So I mean, 1540. It's not like I'm starting it at -20.
No.
And having to worry about it picking oil up off the bottom of the pan. Like that's not a concern. So.
All right, it's quitting time.
Yeah.